All right, guys, thanks for being here. It is January 19th. It's our weekly Team Forever Strong call, and I'm excited to see all of you guys on here tonight. We have some awesome things that I wanted to go over, and then we're going to end with a live Q&A. So any questions or anything like that that you guys have about anything going on in your business, tips that you need, struggles, the things that you need help overcoming, whatever it is, you can put it all on the table. So before we dive into this, I wanted to start off with recognition like we always do, because that is my favorite part. So does anybody have anyone this week that they'd like to shout out, any new Emerald coaches on the team? You can just unmute yourself, give them a shout out. A shout out. No one? No. All right. Well, I wanted to congratulate Katie Benoit because she is back in full force, guys. She has regained her Ruby, so I am super pumped for her. She's doing awesome. Her posts are spot on. If you guys don't follow her and the things that she shares on social media, make sure that you check her out, especially if you're a brand new coach, because she adds a lot of adding value posts, which is what you want to do as a coach in the network. Anybody else for rubies, diamonds? Okay, well, I want to congratulate Darlene. We are happy to have her back, guys. This girl, I'm telling you, watch out, because 2017 is going to be out of control for her and her team. And she's been working so hard. She's been back at it again. She's in full force. And I mean, it didn't take long for her to regain her diamond rank once she made that shift in her mind that this is it. She's doing it. This is going to be her year. So congratulations, Darlene, on regaining your diamond. You're an awesome coach, and can't wait to see what you and your team do too this year. All right. Anybody else? Any other special recognition that you guys wanted to give for anybody on your team? All right. Okay, so I wanted to start off by just going over, we have our laundry list of items again. These are the really important things coming up that I want to make sure that you guys all know about, so that way you can make sure that you're engaged with these things coming up. So Team Cup registration, guys, it's already opened. I've already registered my team, and we're all set and ready to go. And this is going to kick off in the month of February. So this is your chance, guys, to really blow it up and really take your business to a new level. So it's teams of 5. There can be 1 diamond coach on the team. And you don't have to have a diamond coach, but if you do, it's only 1 diamond coach, lifetime diamond. And you work in groups in teams of 5, and it's no extra work, guys. So I know like a lot of coaches are like, what is this Team Cup thing? Like, is it going to be extra work for me? It's literally exactly what you're supposed to be doing every day as a coach anyways, which is just reaching out and inviting, connecting with people, getting them started on their health and fitness journey. And you work together as a team for the whole month of February to try to help as many people as possible, to try to earn as many Success Club points as possible combined with your team. And they award the top teams in the network. I'm going to be giving prizes out too, myself personally, to the top teams on our team, on Team Forever Strong. So you want to make sure that you are in one of these teams, whether you're a brand new coach or not. If you guys are running your own teams, even if you only have 1 active coach, make sure that you help find a team for them. Everyone should be in this. There's no reason not to. It's literally going to help you build your business and help you build it faster. And last year when we did this, I know we had a lot of new rank advancements in the team. So which means that you're helping more people, you're building a more solid business, and then that momentum gets going. And once you get that momentum going, guys, in this business, that's what you want to see, because you get that ball rolling, and it's just going to keep rolling as long as you keep going. All right. Okay, next thing on the list, we have our Diamond Dash group kicking off on Monday that I am really excited about. Make sure, guys, like I said, doesn't matter if you're a new coach or not, participate in this group. It's $20 to join for people who are looking to become diamond coaches for the very first time. It's $20 to be in it. And then at the end, whoever is a paid diamond coach by the end of the day, it's going to be a 4-week period, you will get a piece of the cash pot prize. Now, obviously, guys, you shouldn't be doing it just to get some quick cash in the pot, right? I've seen this happen in the past. You want to be in this group pushing hard to get to this next level in your business, regardless if there is a prize from the cash pot at the end or not. You should want to be in this because it's going to help you bring your business to the next level. If you're serious about this, if you have big goals for 2017, this is literally where it just begins, is getting to that diamond level rank. So it's super important that you at least get yourself there so that we can build going up from there. Any diamonds on the team who have lost their rank, you guys should be in it as well too. Really taking advantage of it. You know, leading by example, leading from the front, showing your teams, you know, what's possible and making it happen, right? So, like I said, starts Monday. Deadline to join is going to be Sunday night at midnight. So you have until then to get your applications in. All right. Continue to participate in the health bet that we have going on. So make sure that you're in there participating in that. And we have our Success Club 2018 trip registration just open today. So coaches who have qualified, make sure that you keep an eye on your email, because if you miss it, you could get removed off the list and they're going to give your spot to the next person. So once you get that email, once you've come off the wait list and you get that email, you only have 3 days to register for the trip. And then if you don't do it, then your name comes off and goes to the bottom of the wait list and they give your spot to the next person in line. So you're going to want to definitely make sure that you are checking your email every single day to make sure you don't miss anything. Guys, you really want to get on these Success Club trips. I mean, legit, guys, you can literally earn this trip for freaking free. Like, a free vacation can be earned. It's amazing. If you're willing to work at it all year long and help enough people, you can get the trip earned for free. Okay? So, you know, in the past, Nick and I, we went to Mexico. It was a free trip for us because I helped enough people throughout the previous year. All right? Then we went on a cruise and we were able to take my parents with us last year. And then in a couple months, and a bunch of us on the team actually are going to be going to Punta Cana. All right? So all these trips have been earned for free. I'm not saying it came easy. It is a total reflection of the amount of lives that you changed throughout the year. So what's going to happen is this month, guys, they are going to be giving you for the next trip, they're going to be giving you double dollars. So that's why it's so important, guys, that if you want to have a shot to go on the 2019 trip, or you want to be one of the first ones off the wait list, it's all based on the amount of lives that you changed for the previous year. So they take all those lives that you changed, they total up all your Success Club points, and then your Success Club points translate into trip dollars that you can earn to be applied towards your trip. All right, so that's where that comes from. So this month, you really want to crush it because you get double dollars to go towards the trip. Does that make sense to everybody? So if you work hard enough, you help enough people all throughout the year, you'll get more Success Club points, which means more trip dollars, which means more likely to get your trip completely paid for and be one of the first ones off the wait list to register. All right, so much fun. All the trainers are there. All the top coaches in the company are there. It's a great, great, great time. So I'm really looking forward to going this year and having so many people on the team with me this time. All right. Last time that we had our call, our call to action was to do a live coaching webinar by the end of the month. So I'm super pumped because I saw a couple people doing it. I know Jen did hers. She did an amazing job. I know Kristen has hers coming up, and I know Courtney and Lauren are doing one together too. Kerry has one coming up. Make sure, guys, you are coming out of your comfort zone. All right, you've got to force yourself to come out of your comfort zone. You will not grow and you won't be able to build a really successful business if you're not constantly pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So you can pair up with somebody else if you'd like, do it together with them, another friend. Do it by yourself. It doesn't really matter. Just get yourself out there. And don't just do it once. The whole point is that you're at least getting your feet wet, and then you're going to keep doing it. This should be a monthly thing for everybody because your goal is to focus on, if it's your goal to build a business, is to focus on building your team throughout this whole entire year because you can't be an island, right? All right. So anyways, I wanted to do this call tonight because it might seem like a little bit basic, right? But so many people say that they're so busy with Beachbody. Like, I'm busy all the time, I'm working all the time, right? But they're busy doing the wrong things. They're not doing the right things that are going to actually build a business over time. So I wanted to literally take you through just some of my really, really key things that I do to stay focused in the business, and the things that I do every single day without fail. So that way you guys can, hopefully like learn from it, apply it, and then, make it happen too. So a lot of people will always say to me, how the heck did you earn a six-figure income business in a 1 year? That's crazy. Yes, I was obviously working more than 1 hour a day, right? I was putting in a lot more time. It was more like 3 or 4 hours a day, but I was doing these things every single day without fail. It was the things on the business activity tracker, the things that you learn in Coach Basics if you go through it and complete it. All right, so it's those things that are super important. So I wanted to just take some minutes here, give you guys some top tips to help you guys stay focused when you sit down to do your business power hour. Because I know a lot of people are busy. They really do only have that 1 hour that they can work on this. And if that's the case, you need to be so focused, guys. You have to be so focused. Can you build a six-figure income business off of 1 hour a day in this? You absolutely can. If you are focused and self-disciplined and you don't mess around during that 1 hour. Okay? So every single month, this is what I do. At the beginning of every single month, I always set goals for myself for that month. So, wherever you are in the business, whatever your ultimate goals are for why you're in this business, you should always be breaking it down into 30-day increments, all right? Because you want to be able to have something that you could work toward, something that you can achieve and check off the list during that month. So whether it's, I want to make sure that I help 3 people get started on their health and fitness journey for the month of January. I want to bring on 2 active coaches onto the team for the month of January. I would like to lose 4 pounds by the end of January with, the 21-day fix. I would like to read this one book, from start to finish. I want to get done with that one personal development book. So setting those goals, because when you sit down to work, you are going to be working towards those goals every single day. Everything that you do should be leading you closer to those 30-day goals, which in turn will bring you closer to your big picture goal that you want to reach. Okay? The best thing that you can do, guys, is legit get rid of your freaking news feed. Okay? If you are spending time, no, you shouldn't be spending time scrolling Facebook at all. If you're spending time scrolling Facebook, you're wasting time. This is something I just never did it because I was really gung-ho from the beginning about making this work, and I knew where it could take me if I stayed focused. So when I sat down, I always spent my time behind the scenes talking to people. But I know how easy it is to get distracted with the news feed and with the notifications. The best thing that you can do is to literally get rid of it. So I'm just going to kind of do a little screen share here for a minute, and I'll show you how you can get rid of it. I highly recommend it. It's not scary. It is liberating, and you don't have to worry about being stressed out with scrolling and getting distracted and scrolling through, seeing the pictures of all the babies and seeing the pictures of the trips and looking at other coaches in the network and seeing what they're doing. It will force you to just get right to work. So I have Chrome. That's what I use here. So let me just share my screen. There's a couple different things here that you can do. Okay, so anyways, if you just go to Google and you can type in Facebook Eradicator, okay? You can go to Facebook Eradicator, Newsfeed Eradicator for Facebook, Chrome Web Store. You can go here, and you can add it on, and it will legit get rid of your newsfeed, so you can't look at it at all when you're on your computer. It will show an inspirational quote down here instead, right? Which is super helpful. Another thing that you can do too is you can go to Kill Facebook Newsfeed. And this is like the same kind of thing, kill newsfeed. And you can go to this, it's the same thing. And this one just puts up a one standard thing, which is don't get distracted by Facebook, right? And you can do that. So I'll show you what that looks like on mine. So if you come over to my wall here, there's nothing here, right? There's no feed. It just says this procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill, right? This was like the best thing that I could have ever done, okay, was do this. Not that I was scrolling through Facebook ever, but it's definitely a temptation that's there, isn't it, right? When you sit down to work, if you're seeing, like, you're just kind of like, I don't know, like, should I make this post? Well, let me just see what this coach did. Let me just, you're always second guessing yourself instead of just being you and getting to work. So it's a major distraction. The next thing that I did, which is so helpful, guys, and I need to start using it more for different things, is to create lists on Facebook. Now, I don't know if you knew that you could do this, but this is like so awesome. So if you go on your main page here and you scroll down to where it says friends list, it says create list. So if you look right here, I have a list for new friends added, all coaches, and prospects, right? You can just like create a list. So say like you just click create. You can click the name of it. I could just write, let's just write, I'm just making this up, new active coaches, right? You click their name, you add their names to it, and you click create. No one knows that they're in these lists or anything like that. It's only for you so you can sort through people and stay organized. So if I go back to my list here and say I click on, all coaches, right? These are all my coaches, or coaches on the team. They're not even basically my PS coaches. Just, you want to make sure that you're like liking and commenting on their things and things like that. So instead of going to every single coach's personal wall and liking their stuff and racking your brains out, that's so time consuming, they're all in one place. It literally only shows the active coaches on the team what they're posting. So you can scroll through for the day, like, comment, whatever you want to do, keeps them all in one place. Same thing for like my prospects. These are like people who, I think would make really good coaches on the team, or who needed help with their health and fitness. I want to stay connected. You know how I always talk about forming with people and making sure that you stay in contact with them and you're liking their posts and commenting on their posts, starting to build that relationship. If you put all them in a list, you can very easily and quickly just scroll through and start liking things and commenting on things. You know what I mean? And it's so much easier when you do it like that, when you have the list all set up for yourself. So I highly recommend doing it. It's super easy to do. Anything else on here that I wanted to show you? Okay, no, that's good. All right, so hopefully that helped you guys out. But those are two like awesome tips that, like, the list thing really saved me a lot of time. And I thought it was awesome. I was like, this is so cool. Just so much easier. So you can create a list for anything that you want to do. Your customers, your brand new coaches. I mean, whatever it is, your new friends added to Facebook, so you can start building relationships with them, whatever you want to do. But it's just so much easier to see them all down there. All right. So the next thing is a little tip of what I do is I never check. See these notifications up here? I actually have to totally get rid of that, but so I don't even get them anymore. But I never check them. There's no need to check your notifications. You don't need to see every single person who's liking every single post in every single group you're in. It's, you can be so consumed by that because then you go to click it and then you go to the post. It's just really a waste of time. You want to work off of your inbox here. You want to always be spending all your time in your private messages here. That's where the magic happens. So if you're spending most of your time here checking all of this, you need to redirect yourself, because that's not the right thing to be focusing on. It needs to be over here in your, I'm thinking I'm still sharing my screen and I'm not. It needs to be over in the messages icon here. You guys know what I mean, right? All right. So staying focused and making sure that you're not getting sucked into all the notifications. You're not going to miss anything, guys, because you want to know why. When you sit down to do your work and do your power hour, okay, this is what I do. I will go to my wall I will look at the post I made and I will see who's commenting on it. And I always try to like it back or comment on it too, just so it gets more traction for my audience to see. So I'm not going to miss anybody commenting on my post anywhere because I'm always keeping track of those on my wall. And then I'm looking at the people who are liking my posts and I'm writing all their names down. Then I'm going into Team Forever Strong and I'm checking the posts that are made there or the comments that are going on underneath the posts that I make. So I'm going into each group and doing that. And you're not going to miss anything. Oh, let me just show you one more thing. Sorry. I just want to do the screen share here. Sorry. So this is really helpful, guys, is I put on this sidebar here, I put all of my really important groups here that I need to go in and check in every single day. So, I have like the Foundation for Success Leadership Academy. That's our Diamond Push, right? I have my, Goal Crushers, Diamond Goal Crushers, Coach Basics, my Forever Strong. But when I'm done with a group, if it's a group that has like a start and end date, you can literally just go right over to those little buttons and click unpin from top so that it's not here in your most important ones. So that way you never forget a group to check in with. You have them all right here. So I have a lot of groups. I have to check into all these groups every single day. Something stuck in my throat. All right. So I highly recommend doing that. All right. The next thing is to make sure that you stay focused is to be working off of a checklist. Now, the checklist, guys, is literally the business activity tracker. That's all it is. So it is in our file section of the team page in case you don't know what it is or in case you don't have it. But this is literally what will build you a six-figure business if you do it every single day. So sometimes people get a little, sidetracked here and they look at this list and then they start adding all these extra things to it, like extra trainings and extra PD groups and all this stuff, and they get away from this stuff. And so, print this thing out. I keep a notebook. That's just how I do it. I use like a notebook, but all of these things are in my notebook. Like this is exactly what I've been tracking since day one of a coach, but it's just all in my notebook. So you can print it out and then honestly, look in the mirror and ask yourself, have I been doing these things every single day? I can tell you right now, probably the answer is no, you haven't. All right. If you have been doing these every single day and do them every single day for a year, you're going to literally be in a totally different position, guys, in this business. You will be in a completely different spot. But you have to stay focused and you have to do these things. It's literally that simple. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it really is. It's that simple. It's these things right here that are going to build that business that you're looking for, that's going to get you to leave your job that you're sick and tired of going into, or that's going to get you to pay off all that debt that you're so stressed out about every single night when you go to bed at night, right? It's going to do all these different things for you, just these simple things, but you just have to be self-disciplined enough to do them. All right. So this thing, I've had it printed out since day one as a coach. And then for me, it was just easier, like I said, to track it all in my notebook, but that's what I did. But all these things need to be on there and done every single day. Okay. All right. Now, when you sit down too, especially for the people who only have that 1 hour to work, they really have to sit down and get to work and get busy and stay focused. You have to be really structured. And for some people, literally using a timer helps big time, because there's people who, they can't really stop themselves and know to just, okay, it's time to stop and go to this next activity now on the business activity tracker. So they might sit down and start doing personal development, right? And then it's 35 minutes in, 40 minutes in, and then oh shoot, now I don't have any time to do anything else. And then they're also not putting into action the stuff that they're learning. They're just sitting there reading, oh, that's so good. Oh, that's such a good thought. Oh, I should do that. Oh, light bulb moment. But then they never actually put it into play into their business. So setting a timer for yourself and breaking it up so that way you can actually get through everything on this business activity tracker is going to be key for you. And you're going to adjust the times of each thing depending on how long your power hour is. So I know there's some people on the team who come home like after work and they spend like 2.5 to 3 hours working on this business. Their time on each thing is going to look different, obviously, than someone who's going to be spending 1 hour on all of these categories. I can tell you right now that the most important things to be spending your time on, and the very first things that I do, and I've always done, is the inviting. It's the inviting piece. That is the first thing that I do when I sit down to work on the business. It's always connecting and inviting new people, following up and adding to my network. Then I move on to everything else, because talking to people is what's going to build your business. That's going to be it. And so you always want to remember that you're spending, just like Bonnie Engel said on the National Wake Up Call, if you listen to it, you always want to be spending at least 70% of the time on your business, doing those things, doing those vital behaviors that are going to build your business. No matter how many active coaches you get, no matter how awesome they are, no matter if it's the next Melanie Mitchell, like I said, you want to stay in those vital behaviors, pretend like you're a brand new coach, and do those things and never stop. All right. Yeah. And that was an amazing call, guys, like Carrie said. So if you haven't listened to the National Wake Up Call yet, I highly recommend listening to that. It was really, really, really good. All right. Focus, guys, is really everything here. Focus is everything in this business. How well you can stay focused and how self-disciplined that you can be. And you have to learn along the way to say no to distractions. I get asked all the time from different coaches in the network, hey, do you want to help me put together this training for this? Hey, do you want me to help put together, a Success Club group? Do you want me to help? Do you want to do this? How about an Emerald Push? The answer is no. No, I'm not going to do that, because I'm not going to spend any more time recreating the wheel and creating more groups and more trainings. People don't need to do that, So you have to also know when you're being pushed to your limit and when you're getting pulled further away from those vital behaviors that are going to really grow your business. Okay. And my goal, guys, this year, I don't have any, you saw the post that I made, right? In the page with Colleen's, income and how it's grown over time, that she's been doing this now for 4 years, right? And you've seen how it grows. All right. And this is real, guys, just roughly off the top of my head, just last year, I made over $150,000 in just that 1 year. And this year it's obviously continuing to grow, right? Now that came with a lot of hard work and a lot of focus. And by me being really self-disciplined in this business, it was literally me doing this every single day, no matter what. And so my goal this year, I don't have any kind of, literally my main goal this year is to develop leaders on this team. That is where I'm putting all my focus into, is I want to help you build income producing businesses, not just become diamonds who aren't earning any money. I want to help you guys grow way beyond that. All right, into the star diamond groups where you're actually earning a legit substantial income. That is my goal. That is my priority this entire year. And so I am working with the willing. I am working with the people very closely one-on-one who are actually going to be putting in the work. And I'm going to be focusing really hard on those people. So guys, if you're going to run and you're going to be willing to put in the work and you're going to be willing to help people get started and hit Success Club every month, I'm with you one-on-one, running right beside you. I don't care if you're my PS coach or not, Jane. Everyone, baby. It's everyone. Everyone and anyone. All right. I want a team of massive rock stars. All right. When we go to Summit, I want to see so many of you guys up there representing your teams as star diamond teams, right? I want to see people up there the following year as, representing their teams as elite teams, premier teams, top coaches in the network too. That's what I want to see. And so literally every ounce of my energy is going into that. Yes. I love that you're running, Jen. I'm running right there with you. So anyways, I just wanted to go over those things, guys. I know it seemed very basic, but just understanding, we're going to be spending a lot of time this year focusing on how to become a better leader, how to grow and develop into a leader and really take this thing to the next level and build your team. Because honestly, like, it's like diamonds. That's great if you can become a diamond, but that doesn't mean anything unless you are building a team and you're growing beyond. So there's not going to be any more of this in and out, falling in and out this year. It's going to be, you're locking it in. We're taking this thing like a rocket to the next level, if that's what you want. I'm not going to push or pull anybody. It's literally going to be all on your terms, but I'm just letting you know that I'm going to be here and I'm going to be running right beside you. And that is my sole priority this entire year. So I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to see where your businesses go this year. So I'm going to stop blabbing now so that I can open it up to any kind of questions that you guys have. Anything, you can unmute yourself. You can type it in the chat, whatever is easiest for you. And I am here to answer any questions, struggles, tips, advice, whatever it is. I got you. Anybody? Oh, what are some tools other than Facebook that you use to stay organized? That is my downfall. Well, you know, guys, I'm not going to lie. The good thing about this, Jesse's laughing. The real good thing about this is that you don't need to be organized to build a business. I am a complete shit show over here, okay? I have papers and I have planners and I have a little notebook and I have this notebook. It's a total crap show. You know, Nick asks me all the time, I don't know how the hell you did this. I don't know how you do it. You know, I don't know.
We're going to work together this year.
We're going to work together.
Give you one system.
Yes. So I have one. I have narrowed it down to one system now. I have, you know, one planner that I use to keep all my appointments in and things like that. It's like a smaller thing that I can take around with me. It lets me know like when all my one-on-one calls are and when I'm speaking on other calls and when I'm doing the team calls, all that jazz. And then I have my notebook here that I literally use. This is I'm doing one single notebook for every single month now. That's my new thing, where I will write everybody's name down, like who I'm talking to, following up with, adding to my network. You just have to find some way to keep track of everybody because, you know, you can't do it where you're scrolling back through all your messages being like, wait, who is that person who said reach out next week? Shoot, I never wrote the name down. Like, even if I'm out and about and somebody messages me and I have some time in my car, like while I'm waiting for the kids to finish preschool, I will just, you know, if somebody messages me and I see that they want to be like an active coach, I'll write it down like on my phone. So I have it down there and then I come back and I transfer it to my notebook. So there's different things for different people, you know, and you just have to literally find what works for you. I am definitely like the paper and pen type of person because I like to cross off people and check off. And I like to write like FU next to their names for following up. Got you there for a second, didn't I? I follow up, I put FU. And I like to do that kind of stuff. So I know I don't talk that way about people, just so you know. I know some of you guys got scared by that for a second. It's like, whoa, this girl's taking it to a new level this year. So I like to do paper and pen, but just do what works for you. Some people like to do Excel and they have it all broken. Like that would be totally my husband with like color coded. I just can't do that. I work so much better off of like my notebook, teacher style, bringing back my teacher days. That's what works for me. How do you pronounce that? Cozy? Is it? Oh, Cozy. Cool. I've never heard of that, but yeah, Steph just said, check out Cozy. It's a Cozy app. Great for all appointments, business, family, both. Oh, cool. I've never heard of that one. So, yeah, you just have to find what works for you. And just remember that like tracking your business is one of the things that you have to do it every day as you go. And when you're sitting there, like just being so organized, like if it's time for you, like if you're like, you should have this business activity tracker printed out. And when you sit down to work, like when you're working on one thing, that is the only thing you should be doing. So when I do my invites, I don't care what message comes flying in. I don't care if they write back to me. I don't respond back till I'm done with these things. Then I go back. So if like I set a goal of, all right, I'm going to send out 15 invites right now, I'll do 15 invites. I'll work my way down, and then I'll go back and answer anybody's messages who came through. Same thing, guys, with spending too much time behind the scenes chit-chatting with your coaches. You can't do that. You've got to set boundaries and boundaries for yourself with you and your team. That was a big mistake I made like my first year. I spent so much time behind the scenes. You can't do that. Pick a time, at night, especially as your team gets bigger. Pick a time like 8:30 to 9. I'm going to check all my messages from my coaches and I'm going to respond back to them. And then you're not going to do it again until the next day. If your coaches are messaging you with questions, always say, hey, that's an awesome question for the team page. Can you please post it there so I can answer the question there? Just because it's not that you don't want to answer them right then and there. It's just that if they have that question, so many others have that question, and it's good for it to be addressed with the rest of the team so that everybody can see the answer to it. So those are just some tips. Any other questions? Nothing? Quiet group tonight. Come on, guys. You got to keep up. Let's go. How do I recommend placement to get ready for Diamond? So this is my rule of thumb. So I always recommend that you keep it on automatic placement, right? So it should automatically be set to that anyways. And what that means is that when you sign up somebody, it'll automatically go to your right leg. Then when you sign up the next one, it'll go to your left leg. And then your right, left. It'll keep flip-flopping around. Now, where you want to keep a close eye on is, well, hopefully you have your spouse signed up or your significant other, someone in the family on one leg. And then you're going to want to, if you get an active coach, you're going to want to make sure then that you place them on the other leg, right? Once you have like one active coach though on each side, the next active coach that you get, you're going to want to put them on your weak leg. And if you don't know like what that is, just check with your upline coach and they can show you what that means. But for the most part, everybody has one, has a weak side. That's the side you want to grow. That's how you build your income. It's by focusing on building that weak leg. A lot of times if you start out, sometimes your legs might be really balanced. Like when I first started out, I kind of had to build the whole organization myself. I had both sides to build. They were really balanced. Then the Michigan Grew came on. Michigan Grew, boom, took off that one side, blew it out of the freaking water. So now I have one really strong side, which is good. And now I have one weak side. It's better that way. It's actually easier that way because now I don't ever have to worry about growing that other side because it's so blown out and taken care of because there are leaders down there. Leader, it goes like so many layers deep. I only need to focus on building one side. So for those of you who come on, if you do look and you have your upline coach tell you like, oh, you have this one side, it's so blown out. That's a good problem to have. Like that's so much easier to just grow one side versus both sides, right? Because now you can put all your time and energy into that leg. So yeah, baby, Michigan. So yeah, you want to make sure that you're doing, automatic placement, right, left, and really keeping an eye on when you have 4 people on your left side and 4 people on your right leg, then you're going to want to make sure that you get, an emerald on one side and an emerald on the other. Just don't do bare bones minimum, guys. All right. The goal is to build up. It's not like, let's get to diamond. Like, I'm going to be a freaking millionaire. This is it, baby. I'm going to quit my job. It's like, no, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. You have to get there and you have to haul some serious butt to take it to the next level. Then you can start to see that momentum go on. So when you're looking at diamond right now, like, and you're going to be in this group and you're like, I got to get there. You're going to get there, but you got to already have your eye on 2-star diamond because that's where you really will start to see the income come in. All right. Because you can open up a second business center. That's a way for you to triple dip on your income and you will get quarterly bonuses. That's a big help. It's a really big help. All right. So, please don't just focus on creating a shell of an account that's going to fall apart. Okay. Really focus on building that thing up. So I always recommend to have some buffer. So if you need 4 people on each leg to be diamond, I always say a good rule of thumb is to have 6 on each leg. 6 on each leg. If you have 1 emerald is like your husband, like Nick, you know you can control that. So you know that you can keep that at Emerald. That's an account that you can control. If you see someone going inactive, you can be like, oh my God, you can reach out to them. You can sign somebody else up, replace them, so you can keep that Emerald there. The other side is where you're going to want to have like the buffer. If you have an Emerald that's kind of fallen in and out, don't push it. You need to get another person there, another active coach who's looking to build the business, right? So that way, if one Emerald falls out, you have another backup. So you want to focus on like building an Emerald City, we call it, underneath you. That's the way to do it. All right. Carrie, weak leg. I know, just think of all that money you're sitting on. Honestly, guys, like Nick's going to do another thing. He's going to ask you guys, I got to write this down because I almost forgot. Because you guys don't know what that means when you have a strong leg and a weak leg. And it means that like some of you are literally sitting on $50,000 that you could cash out on and collect if you build that leg, that weak leg. And that's why I'm saying, guys, like you can't build your weak leg alone. It can't be you signing up 3 people every single month, right? That's great. You're hitting Success Club, but you need a team. Like you need active coaches on that weak leg also helping you build it. And if you can find a couple of those coaches, those rock star coaches like that who are hitting Success Club every month, you'll catch that weak leg up pretty darn quickly. And your income will be like through the roof. So I'm going to have Nick look at all of your accounts and he can tell you exactly. I know he did that a long time ago. And I just mentioned it the other day too. Hold on, I'm writing this down because I will forget it. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool when you see that, when you see like what you're really sitting on. And like I said, like some coaches like, I can't believe it. My leg is so blown out. It's like, that's so awesome that it's like that though. You know, you have to do so much less work than the person does like me when I came on who had to build both sides. You know, instead of putting like, if I signed up, 10 people in 1 month, I had to always divide it out. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Instead, if you have that one blown out leg, as long as you're a diamond coach, then this is only, guys, for when you get to become a solid diamond. When you are a solid diamond, every single person you sign up is going to go on that weak leg that you have. That's how you do it. Yeah, get that Emerald City back. Exactly. Or diamonds, even better. Carrie, this is the year for diamonds, damn it. You are going to have an awesome team that's going to new heights. I have no doubt. Yep. And, honestly, like I was telling a couple of the coaches because I was doing some of the one-on-ones last night, and I was talking to Keith Callahan. And if you don't know who he is, like you definitely have to check him out and follow him on Facebook, but he's in our outline. I know you guys hear me talk about him all the time. He's so awesome. He's so motivating and so inspiring. And he's built a huge flipping business. And he was telling me the other day, like when I was talking to him, that, you've got to put your focus in on constantly bringing in new people who want to build the business and constantly trying to help the people who want to run with you, like the ones who are in it, and you can tell, guys, when you look at your downline, who's working the business and who's not. Right? If they're hitting Success Club, then they're doing the vital behaviors every day. They're doing the work. They're building the business. They're serious about it, right? If they're not, then there's something going on there, right? So he said, you put all your focus on that, and it's going to look like, is this really doing anything? For 6 months, he said, you do that. And that is where you will start to see the shift. So I am not going to disagree with someone who's in the Millionaire Club, who is, I won't try to go a different path. I will follow what they say. I've always have since day one. And I'm highly encouraging you guys to do the same. If it's your goal to build a big business with this. Some of you, it might not be, right? And that's totally fine. This is just more for the people who want to build a big business, who, have voiced their concerns about, being home more, cutting back on hours, doing this full time, paying off debts, being able to travel, whatever it is, that's more for those people. Rachel asks, I ran into 3 or maybe 4 people who are on other shakes, and I always stay positive about it. I know from tons of experience, Shakeology is better. What is some verbiage of what is something you do to get them to try it? At least try it. Well, the best thing that you can do is say, well, I don't know about Herbalife, but all I know is that Shakeology helped me lose 35 pounds when I first got started on my journey. It gave me my energy back when I was feeling so lethargic and wanted to nap all the time. I just didn't have any motivation. I was munching all the time. I just wasn't really feeling good about myself. And when I started drinking it, it's literally like my miracle shake. That's pretty much what I say to people. I talk about what it's done for me. I would definitely stay away from shooting them like information about Shakeology and like all the things that are in it. They can go to the website and see that. They want proof from you that it's worth it. So I always say that no matter what it is that they say that they've tried, I always say, well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is that with Shakeology, and I say my thing, you really should try it and give it a shot. It's seriously changed my life and so many others. I feel amazing on the days I don't drink it. I just drag. I want to go to bed. I'm constantly picking on things because I'm more hungry. And it's helped so many others on my team and other people throughout this journey. And if God forbid you don't like it, just send it back. There's a 30-day, 100% bottom of the bag money back guarantee. So you always want to relate it back to you because people are buying into you. They're not really buying Shakeology. You know, they're buying, oh my gosh, she always looks so happy and she's so enthusiastic and where does she get all that energy? Like, it's contagious. It rubs off. People want that. So you have to share that with people. Yeah, go make another one, Kim. It really is addicting. I mean, and I do like the same flavor with the same recipe every day because I just am into like the routine and habit, and I just am obsessed with it. So I don't know if that helped. I hope it did. When I was a brand new coach, I made the mistake of always sending over like, you know, the Shakeology video and like this big thing that had every ingredient in it. And it was just like way too overwhelming for people. They don't want to see like facts. They don't want to hear all like the mumbo jumbo crazy superfood words that are in it. They want to hear how it's going to help them. They want you to convince them, like not convince them, but show them why they should drink it and how it's going to help them. That's why I'm saying when you post on social media about like Shakeology, don't just do like a Shakeology selfie, right? Talk about why you're drinking Shakeology. Not so much about, you know, like what's in Shakeology and, you know, what it's all about. Talk about why you're drinking it and how it's helped you. Exactly. Too much information, Carrie said. Exactly. They can just Google Shakeology. But just make sure to tell them that if, you know, to come back to you. Don't order it on the website. Let me see if I'm missing anything else. Yeah, I know it does, doesn't it, Jesse? Anything else that you guys wanted to touch on? It's so cold down here in this basement, guys. I can't wait to move. It's driving me crazy. This in-between phase drives me nuts. All right. I guess that's it. All right, guys. So I gotta hop off. I'm gonna be hopping on with the Diamond coaches, talking over how to end the year as elite teams. All of you guys, I'm super pumped. So Nick and I will see you next after that. Hope this helped you out. Spread it on and share it with your teams. That's the whole point, and help them get started. And I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I believe in every single one of you, and I know that 2017 is going to be a game changer for you guys. I can feel it. I can see the shift. I can feel the energy in all of you guys. And I am pumped up and I'm running right next to you, darn it. All right. Have a good night, guys. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.